come forth from the moon, come forth from the stars. First queen of the galaxy, come forth. I wake up the whole state, man. I'm the #1 black guy. Wormwood to another world. Teleport. Remember, billion, trillion years from now. I don't know what time period you're gonna watch this video. But when you do, remember, I was not a gay person. I was a man that fight for equal rights and justice. You understand? Because the country set rules and breaking them. Remember to Yahoo me, Dealfigure Entertainment, STAYFIYA, and check out my music. Peace and love. I don't curse. I don't say the B word. I don't degrade people. I'm not a racist person. I just follow the Constitution laws. What my ancestors they fight for. This is what I operate on. This is called the freedom of press. Understand? This is what this called. Everything you're doing on the media is called freedom of press. Now, so check out the music. Join me on Facebook, TikTok, follow. Now listen up, people. This country called America was built on laws. Understand? Laws. And they give you freedom. You hear the word? You're free, but you're dumb. So me, I'm free smart, not freedom. So when you're freedom, you don't fight for your rights. You don't stand up for yourself. Because you see the word dumb? Dumb is when you can't hear. That's what. Dumb. Dumb? You hear it? Free. Dumb. That's what you tell the people now. You're free and you're dumb. Me, I'm free. But listen, they got this thing they call constitutional laws. I go through these laws and check. I even went as far and read them, and what the government do, he decode the camera and probably make one of them do it. But if you run in a company, right? What you gotta understand, every company you see in America here, they operating on the Declaration of the Independent Laws. And one of the law, it tells you about the freedom of press. That's what the Declaration of Independence tells you, freedom of press. This is which is I'm doing right here. You can write anything you want about anyone. That's what the freedom of press is. This is the news here in America. They operate on a freedom of press. This is why if the president do anything, they can shine light on them. If the actor do something they don't like, they put it on them and shine lights on them. If you have a camera in your hand, freedom of press protect that. You understand that? This is what the freedom of press does. If you is a songwriter, the freedom of press protect. You know what it protect? He said no one should deprive for his own writing. No one should deprive for his own religion. Understand? His own way of life. That's what the Declaration of Independence. Now check it. I just said it in one of my videos. There was a time black people in America, when they do music, they get no credit. They didn't give them no rights. We owning rights for books and owning rights for music is not even 200 years old. Understand? So I'm having a little problem with them where they're taking my music and they tell me to talk, and there's no door like that. What I see here, people who run their mouth, they get gunned down. On buzzer, they say they just want you to talk, so they shoot you. So I don't go political. I just keep the real truth. So if the Congress give order to go against my music, Congress is wrong. If a police officer give order to steal my music, my tongue and my creativity, the police is wrong. He going against the law. Now back it up. When Motown artists they used to do album, they never used to get no money from their royalties. Is Motown getting more money? Because he write all the goddamn song and they sing it. Understand? Now there was a time black men have no rights at all here in America. And I don't think if you come a million trillion years and this country still here and you was a black person or whatever race you are, do not let them take the rights from you. Understand? I'm one of those persons that send 24 letters to international law about American government. You know what the American government doing? They're hacking. All of their hack laws, when you hack, it's 5 years. Understand? That's what it is. If you're stealing income, it's actually 10 to 15 years. If you're among the men tamper with bank wire, it's 20 years. Yo, they do not give a shit about that. Understand? And they tell me what direction to take. So I tell me, yo, if you breaking the law like that, and you tell me, say, enough. No, it can't be enough if you're breaking the rules. Enough, you stealing from me like 14-year tops. You understand? That's what I check. Because if I'm 14 years old of work, I'm from 14 years old of work, they're stealing everything. government man tell me, and I said it in one of my videos, so well, they've been stealing your check and cashing it for 10 years. This is why they're going to seize everything at the time say enough said. If enough said, how come you enough not stealing? If you want me to stop, you just give me mine. Understand? No, so if they're breaking the rule and I got the Declaration of Independence, I am not going to show them. Because he give me the law to speak, to write, to entertain. Understand? And once you govern in honor that, what you gonna do? You're gonna stand up for it. But the level how I see the country handle it, it's on like they're still on some slavery mindset. A slavery way of thinking. It take them that long to know you bezzling me like that. If it was in my neighborhood, right? And we're over Queens and they're running some check, some scam check or forging the person name and using the person information. Yo, in the space of 3 years, we all gonna get locked up. But the police doing it, yo, it's okay for them to do it. I couldn't believe that. You understand? I'm like, yo, what kind of shit is this? And then they want me to govern under what he tells me. And but when I look, they pull up the Declaration of Independence laws. I'm like, what the fuck kind of shit is this you showing me, boy? It's not supposed to be like that, but look at what you're doing. You understand? And if it come back to the level where I don't even trust no one here. Because I know this something where they're busy trying to fool you, trying to trick you, trying to have your parents to kill you, trying to have your friends them on you while they're stealing and cashing the money that don't belong onto them. Understand? And if you check the Declaration of Independence, and no soldiers shouldn't be in home when the time of what? Peace. Understand? So I looking at these things now. Hold up. Let me see if I got a piece of the paper right here. Hold up, what one second. See? So look what I'm trying to tell you. I think is it? No, it's not. But no. I thought I had it right. I always keep like the Declaration of Independence on me to refresh my mind. To let me know that yo, what America is doing is wrong. It's wrong for the people, wrong for the children to come, wrong in all front of the nation eyes. They shouldn't be stealing money from the public and covering up and make the person look like the person sick or person something wrong. Understand? There's nothing like that to protect their rules that they have. Understand? So I like to end this video. And remember, this country and every country govern under rules and order. That's what every rules are. Rules and order. Everything you see here run under rules and order. So never let them take your rights from you. Remember, never let them do that. Try your best to fight it. Try your best to get it be known. Put it online. Write it and give people. Contact your congressman and your community. Try your best to let them take their rights from you. Because this country here go through a whole lot of level. I caught police stealing money and cashing it. And no one go to prison. Well, they say they're gonna catch up to them, but man, 14 years, man, that's a very long time. No, so the year I did this video was 2022. Joe Biden was still the president. Ukraine and them still at war. Understand? So remember, the weather start to get warm and the climate change, because we're in March, it's supposed to be freezing, but we are not. Understand? Alright, so peace. To another world, teleport. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my videos. And always remember to Yahoo me, STAYFIRYA, Dealfigure Entertainment. And you can put me on all of the search engines and search up Dealfigure Entertainment, STAYFIRYA, Dealfigure Entertainment. I keep telling you that. You'll join me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and do the whole following thing. You understand? Search me up. Peace. I remember now, this video is about children growing up without their father. Now, I was one of them that grew up without my father. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to put this into a camera. Now, a million, trillion, billion years to come, and after trillion, million years, this will always happen. Because you know, human don't always hump around and choose his attitude over his family. But listen up. I grew up without my father. I grew up with a stepfather. My stepfather let me feel like, like he treated me like his son. You understand? I don't know if he was one of them who didn't get treated like that, but I get treated like I was his son. He never let his other children like feel more than he treat all of us. Like when I say feel more, like treat us better. Like he treat his children, them, his blood children, them, different from me. He make all of us feel important. You understand? He didn't say, well, you go over there, and then that's it. No, all of us ruling under one honor. If he buy one shirt, he buy all of us a shirt. If he put a sponsor 3 shoes, he buy one. And he tell us, I'm gonna buy this week, next week I'm gonna buy a 1, next week I'm gonna buy a 1. That's how I did grow up with my stepfather. Now, there's a lot of people that grew up with their stepfather or grew up without their real father. And some of them end up in group home, some of them end up with grandmother, some of them end up with mother, some of them grew up without their father because their father might become a junkie, a dopehead, he might get shot down or die, and it's passed away. There's so much anger to many children like growing up without father. No man, if you're growing up without your father, if your father died, you have to be a man when you're younger. That means by the time you reach 10, if you're watching video, you're about 10 years old. At 10 years old, you're supposed to be able to like iron your pants and your shirt. If a button drop off your clothing like this, like you have a button like this, what you must do, learn to get a needle and sew it on. These are some of the things your father might teach you. Understand? If you are into a situation where you can't handle it, and you don't have a male figure around, you might try to seek your uncle. You might try to have a teacher or a coach to talk to. But if you're little and you're growing up, you're gonna need like a male figure. Sometimes your mother can be both of them. You understand? But if you are in a position where you have grown-ups around you, you should let them be your father figure. And if you do not like talk to adults, what you could do is analyze them. Because what I did is analyze them. I analyze my uncle, analyze my uncle friends them, and I analyze my friends them father and their brothers them and see how they treat people. And decided, well, I'm not going to do that road, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to stay on this road. And then I analyze the ones them that like work, and the ones them that go to school, and the ones them that hustle, and the ones them that do wrong. Because when you're growing up without a father, you're going to see all this. You're going to see some took the wrong road and get locked up in prison. You're going to see some like die by bullet, some die by accident, and some just sick and die. You might see some crippled, you might see some just blind, and you might see some just go crazy. But throughout the growing up, you have to realize, well, you have to be your own. You have to become a man from a younger age. You understand? You have to read books, stay on your book work. Remember, you don't have no father around. You understand? So you have to stay on the book work. And don't get caught up in the street. Don't get like the lost and doing wrong. Don't do no robbery. Don't steal it. You gotta take your education seriously. Once you realize you don't have no father figure, just your mother, you gotta know that, well, you know what, one day I'm gonna be a father one day. So I have to don't fall into the position where I don't grow up with my children. Then you have another situation where your mother and your father, they're not getting along. So they break up, like divorce, and then you have to separate it. And then you might live with your mother, and then no one, then you might see your father. That is another angle that you can have at that level. You understand? And the next level you could have is growing up without a father. You might, living with your mother and your father passed away. Your father might die in a car crash. You might go to sleep. You might come down with cancer. And something will happen to your father and he was passed away. And then you now have to be the young one at the house you become the man. So the moment you see that your father is not there, you as a young dude, your job is not to give your mother problem. Your job is to follow all the rules that you want, that's supposed to be carried within the house. Whatever your father left off, you're supposed to pick it up. That's just how you gotta do it as a young dude. Understand? And once you start to realize that school is important and you have to become a better man, you might go to school and your friends them caught up doing all sorts of damn different things. But remember, you don't have no father, so you have to be the father at home. You understand? And then you might notice your mother might bring in another boyfriend or another husband and get married again. But always remember, you still growing up without a father. And you have to control your way. And you have to focus on your book work. So much I'm stressing that. Focus on your book work. But the key to it though, you got to check how your IQ is. But some of us youngsters don't have strong high IQ like everybody is. So if you realize your IQ is not like pen and paper and office way, let's go learn a trade. These are some of the things you gotta focus on when you're growing up with a father. Understand? A handyman way is always good, but one word we should always pick up. It's mechanic work. Pick up mechanic work. The car is always gonna need fixing. The computer work, pick up computer work. Computer work will always get fixed. Understand? I'll find something and master it and just keep doing what you gotta do. But when you're growing up without a father in your home, and sometimes you have to be the man of the house. And you gotta make sure everything tip-top. I mean, give mommy no problem. Your schoolwork, you gotta take that real seriously and respect the adults and people around you, and don't get caught up in the street and do nothing stupid. So when you grow into a man, you can control. But some of the good ways you could do that also, sometimes you could join the Marines. Join the Marines, join the Air Force, join the police force. You gotta become a part of something, because you're gonna need a strong foundation to keep your family. And then you could have a nice woman, have children, and pass on the knowledge to them and let them know your father, who was a grandfather, that was your job. And what time you passed out and all that. But there's so many angles to growing up without a father. But whatever your situation is, all you have to do is focus on the right path. Don't give up and keep pushing. Alright, remember that. So word more to another word. Tell you, boy, you're supposed to be right here, baby. Look how we become. And you're supposed to be in my bed again. Look how we become. Hey, you're supposed to be right here, baby. Look how we become. And you supposed to be in my bed again. Look how we become. It was in Grand Park, and when I did this part. I mean, when we was in Grand Park, when I did this part. Understand, this is Manhattan in 2020, no, it's 22. This is when I did this camera, and Joe Biden was the president, and Ukraine and Russia, they're trying to out the fury right now, you understand? So this is the time period I was doing it. And the time started to get hot. Understand? So peace. Wormhole to another world. Tell you poor, a million man go get, a million generation die. I don't wanna die. Come forth from the moon. First queen come forth from the galaxy. First queen come forth from the earth. Come forth. Now this one, million trillion years from now, I always remember to search me up and share my camera, share my music. Alright, so people, like always, I'm gonna do something about like going to the government for help. Alright? Now, so in America they have soldiers in home police. Well, this is what the Declaration of Independence said, the amendment. On the amendment, there's amendment 3 says, no soldier shall any time of peace be appointed in any houses. Read it again. No soldier shall in any time of peace be appointed in any houses. That's what it says. Right. Alright. Without the consent of the owner or in time of war. But in a manner to be prescribed by law. So if you heard about old government, well, now you know oh, you know, this country breaking their own rule. But when it's a prescribed by law, I always question myself, you prescribe them by law, that means you could send soldiers among us going to live among you? That's what you're trying to tell me? No. It's a more to another world. Teleport. I always do that in front of my camera. I have so much slogan, right? Where I'm at right now is Ryan Park. And Joe Biden was the president, and this is March 18. Russia still bombing down Ukraine. Understand? And I'm still out in the open, don't have no place to lay my head properly. Last night the train was my home. A million, trillion, billion years from now. Understand? Remember to Yahoo me or search me up, join me. If you look up on my video a million, trillion years from now on social media, yo, share it to your friends and share it to college people. Understand? And remember, I was what? A self-taught person. Understand? You study me and watch my videos then. Look up all the beautiful women. Now this one called don't be the doctor, be the driver. Understand? Now, when you are the driver, you have to be very patient. A friend of mine did tell me, have you ever noticed when the traffic pulled up, you always notice you got a driver that trying to cut the road, like he going around everything, he hop in the other lane, but when he cut the lane and go straight down, he's still running to the block like boom. But the guy who stay in the lane and the screws like that, you know, I didn't cut the lane, we also end up passing. Understand? Because not everything you do fast. Understand? And some driver are fast driver, cut short driver, and accident and then they escape. That's what some of the driver they are. Understand? Meantime, you got patient driver. So if you want to be a patient driver, there are certain friends you cannot keep. You understand? You cannot trust all passengers. You don't trust no passenger, they don't know where the hell they come from. Understand? That means if you have a circle, right? And when you have a circle, you meet someone from out of nowhere, and he'll tell you, oh, this story, I could do this, I could do that. And you have to look at them like passenger, like, oh, word, how come you doing that? So what you doing for yourself? The things that you telling me, I could do for myself. I could hop in my own car and drive. For example, I meet people, right? Tell me that they could give me studio, right? I look at them like, what? I could do the same shit for myself. Why would I go to you? Tell me you could put me on the radio. Tell me you could give me a TV. Tell me you could give me put me on a commercial. Don't tell me you could put me in studio when I could put myself in your own studio. You don't do Dealfigure Entertainment. If they don't take all my music and my thought, billion, trillion, million, after and after billion years, you could go back and check my studio works. I put myself in the studio and vocal myself. Don't want to tell me how to sing it. Don't want to tell me how to lay it. I choose the rhythm and I do it myself. I lay the punchline on the verse on my own. So if someone gonna meet me and I'm steering my own vehicle, now you come try to tell me put me in the studio. So what about me? I'm my own driver. Understand? If you're gonna enter my van, or you're gonna enter my passenger, you have to take it to another level. If you're not talking on another level, I say hell with you, because I could do the same thing like you. Understand? Especially if I lay a foundation ready. So when you're the driver, you have to watch what type of passenger you let in your van or your car. That means if you're running your own small business, you gotta watch what type of person you let inside your business. If you are a musician, you gotta watch the type of friend that you let play on your band. If you are a rapper, you gotta watch the people that you bring in, especially if you do it already. Understand? But if the person would I say, all right, come to my studio tomorrow, right now. I'll put you in the studio and we'll just get it down right there, knock it. Yeah, you do better. That would be better, but you have to listen to the conversation like, But you still got to look at it like a taxi, man, or any other form how you do it. But sometimes you meet a person, and that person can be your crash. That person can be your passer around the wheel. And it can come to alcohol, the food, you eat, the environment you go with them. You understand? When you're driving, you have to watch how you pull up and pull up. Tell people to come on your boat, tell people to come on your ship, tell people to fly on your plane. You understand? That's when you drive. No, the doctor now. That's what the doctor do. The doctor they eat after the driver. But without the driver, what happened? There is no doctor. But the doctor only collecting the money and give it to the driver. So the driver always in control of the doctor. But some of the doctors them are like are thieves and robbers and tricksters and setup and stoppers. Understand? And it's all come back down to you doing business. So for example, now your partner that you chose to say, "Yo, that's my business partner." Sometimes your business partner is the one that block you, what? Understand? And sometimes your business partner is the one that's stalling your own business. Understand? This is why if you controlling the paperwork, when error happen with the paperwork, you have to wonder if it's the doctor or your business partner is your doctor, or somebody on your band is a doctor, somebody that enter your band is a doctor, somebody enter your business is a doctor. It could be your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your girlfriend. You gotta pay attention when they are the doctor. And you never know when you pull up and park, boom, right? And you decide the destination and you done everything. That doctor probably going back to your enemy, to another driver. That who that want your ship to sail, your plane to fly, your taxi to roll, or anything you're doing. Meaning, if you're singing, you're writing, you're acting, you're building, you're starting new adventures, whatever you're trying to do, you gotta watch the doctors, because the doctors go have another driver. So all doctors have another driver. So if you have a business partner, you gotta pay attention to the people that your business partner is connected to. Some of them are just pretending to be your business partner or your friend to carry you down. And there's a rap verse say, "Yo, you the one trying to friend me up, and then at the same time you're trying to pull me back, right?" That's a rapper saying. It's the same thing, a doctor. There's a beautiful woman just step in, a light skin, oh my God. She catch my shoes, married, she got a ring on the finger. If she didn't, I would have just tell her, put her, look. She even stamping on my videos. When I go, look. There you go right there. See that? That's that. So this is why you gotta be the driver. Understand? And if you're doing road trip, that even very dangerous. Now listen now what road trip is when you're the driver. If you, say for example, you're going to take a trip overseas, you don't want to know what is your connection, who you're connecting to, where you going to reside, or where your layer-headed is actually safe. Understand? But a good driver will make sure he map out the location, study the location, know where he going to be at. Understand? Especially if he just meet these people. And another good driver is watch how the female he talk to. But when you're doing certain things, you got to watch a female to catch on. You take on your bus, your car, your van, your ship, your plane. You understand? Your business. Understand? So this is why I'm naming all these things to make you understand what's the difference between a driver and a doctor. In the world nowadays, you got less drivers. You got more doctors that crushing the drivers. The few drivers that are driving their own world and steering, they get attacked. Especially here in America. Understand? This is why I said Dealfigure Entertainment. And on Dealfigure Entertainment, I noticed I'm the driver, and every doctor comes steal a piece of Dealfigure Entertainment. Even some of the drivers. Understand? Some of the drivers them are not really drivers. They are just what they call them, yes men drivers. They have yes men drivers. You can say, yo, there's a pothole up the block, you won't believe. Oh, there's an accident up the road, you're gonna believe. If you drive up that road right there, you're gonna crash and fall. You understand? Then meantime, a driver like me now be like, I don't believe that. Let me go over there and actually check if you actually a pothole over there. If I drive over there, I'm gonna crash or I'm gonna sit. And I'm gonna be cautious. And I'm not saying, okay, if I drive over here right now, I'm not gonna fall down and I'm not gonna crash. I have to be like, when I reach up there, you tell me that I'm gonna cruise up slow, you know, and I'm like, I'm check. 90% of the time, when I check a lot of the drivers, them like in the world, like people doing things, they tell them lies, man, and they will just believe it and they will just run with the punching. But when they get there, it's nothing like that. Like for example, a person like me, there's a lot of people say things that that's not so. And when they meet me, they can't even look me in the eye because they realize they make a mistake. Understand? And the mistake they make is they are the yes man drivers. Understand? And them are the ones sinking their own self. So you can't be a yes man driver. Understand? You have to be a real control driver. You have to be a real self-knowledge driver. You have to be a conquering driver. Understand? You have to be a driver that look ahead driver. You understand? You have to see the accident way up the block before the accident even happen driver. You understand? And you have to be one of them drivers that prepare to take embarrassment. You
And you have to be one of them drivers. When you do your own accident, you don't run from the scene. You stand up and face the situation. There's got a lot of drivers. As soon as something happens, they run. There's a lot of things happening here too, right now in America, and they want me to run. But I look at all the drivers that are trying to run back to the parish and they get headshot. So I said, this driver right here, I have to look like way down, way before the accident even happened. And I look at all the other drivers them that took that road, and I look at the doctors them that bring them down. You understand? So this is why I do this right here. And this is not supposed to wake up system or make you feel anyway. This is ghetto gospel. And I don't care which driver do one and which doctor want to bite. This is how I drive, and I'm driving my way, and this is how I roll, and you can roll your way. You understand? But remember what I am. I'm a conquering driver, not a yes man driver. You understand? Not a do what I say driver. I see for myself driver, not a driver who believes there's accident up the road. I have to go there and see if it's actually an accident up the road. I'm the type of driver, I'm looking way ahead. It's better to think ahead and wind up there to see the accident before it happens. So if you're in a relationship, be that driver to see the problem before it happens. If you're around people, try to see the problem before it happens. This is what most corporations do. If they have a bad seed among them, the first thing the corporation trying to do is get rid of it, because he see the trouble it's going to cause. So he going to use a strategy to get rid of it. Understand? That's just what they always do. What they always do with bad seed, pull it out. Marijuana field, they have the man weed and they have the woman weed. If the man weed stay among the woman weed, it gonna blossom and it gonna pollute all the other weed on the marijuana field. Ask any marijuana planter. When you go to the field, you have to look for the man weed and pull it out. A lot of people don't know you got a female marijuana and they got male marijuana. You understand? But the male marijuana would also pollute the whole seed. So the farmer have to prepare his eyes to see the man weed, because it will mess up the whole marijuana field. So that driver is driving to protect and driving to secure. He looking ahead of it. Understand? Ask any marijuana people. If you're listening to this video so far, anyone that plant marijuana, ask him, say, there's a female marijuana, and he'll say, yeah, and there's a male. What the male do? The male wants seed all the other male and mess up the whole field. And you cannot smoke that. It's not good for the market. Understand? Remember that. This is why you have to be a driver. They call, what's the name of that guy? A designated driver. That's the name of the person that does that. But you have to conquer. Be a conquering driver. You understand? Like something come to hit you, you gotta break it. No, let me stop you over there before this goes that way. You understand? That's what a conquering driver. Alright, so don't be the doctor, be the driver. Beware of cookie doctors. There's a lot of doctors here, a lot of them, and they don't want to see you cruise. They don't want to see you fly. Remember that. And they don't want to see you run your own show. You understand? So remember, a million trillion years to come, billion and after and after. Remember, I said, be a what? A your own driver, a conquering driver, not a doctor. Understand? Alright. You know what? Before I go, let me kick a verse for you. And it was, I'm good but I'm on the edge, and I'm leaving but I'm dead, and I'm a sinner that can't be saved. When I die, I speak from my grave. I'm good but I'm on the edge, I'm leaving but I'm dead, and I'm a sinner that can't be saved. When I die, I speak from my grave. I see the dead end on the track, the bloodshed before the shot, the generation born and stop, the mindset that think from the yard to the block. Blood fire street is my own. I see the dead before they took stop. Some say I'm better off dead or in jail. Trouble I face is not a fairy tale. I don't know 10 people doing good. I'm walking around with trouble on my shoes, doing right in the people's side, and so many people wanna take my life. I'm good but I'm on the edge, living but I'm dead, and I'm a sinner that can't be saved. When I die, speak from my grave. One more time. I'm good but I'm on the edge, living but I'm dead, I'm a sinner that can't be saved. When I die, I speak from my grave. Wormwood to another world, Teleport, Wormhole to another world. Teleport, Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my videos. Always STAYA for YMA. Dealfigure Entertainment. Search me up online and check out my clothes and my shoes and my music and everything I got going. On this video, we are talking about military reputation, and I'm gonna give you a little bit of surveillance shot, and I'm gonna tell you how I see it. And a lot of people don't understand the force of the military. Force of the military is everything, but the military, when they're doing wrong and they get caught, one side of the military have to shut it down. Understand? So I am one of those guys that born in the parish, and I came to America and I went to school. Throughout my time, I met a lot of service. Understand? And I learned respect and a lot of things I learned from them. I learned also to keep my shoes clean and my tucked in a gentleman way. This is what I learned from the service. Because when I was like working, like doing painting and fixing, sometimes they was around and I learned from them. I look up to them. Understand? And they're military. So as I come on man now, throughout my life coming up, I always meet from all sides of it, from the bum man to come straight up to the group, the clean, the manager, the supervisor, the officers, the plumber, all of them. Understand? So I went into some problem, and this problem I went into was standing up for myself. So I live in Queens here, and I said this before. I went down to 113 precinct. I went to 113 precinct. I said that, and I went to 103 precinct. Then I went to HR. I went to Human Rights Department. Then I went to the post office. Understand? Because this is where the problem coming from. And for me to go to HR, it came from an NYPD. I said that already. Now we're talking about the military reputation. So I noticed that the military is the one that like control everything. I'm gonna break it down to you. So when I went to them now, I realized this is my first time actually tackling the system or tackling a group of people. But at the time, I didn't know who was the person or the group of people of the attack. So what happened now? I went to international law, and the time I'm doing this video, June coming, will be make 14 years. But I am on the attack about 24 years from what I put it. But it's from I was a little. But I just put it from Gosple working for 10 years, and when I left, it's 14 years, I started to challenge them and stand up for myself using the power of the pen. So after I stand up, I went to international law. I noticed something different. I realized it's also the military. But at first, they thought I was gone. This is what I'm observing. I thought they think I'm gone because I'm writing down, they're looking through walls, and they're hacking the stocks. They're taking the affiliates' income, and they're doing the food poisoning. They're shooting pellet shot. They're using war power, like the touching of the doors and tons of other things. Like they touch the doors and suddenly your hand gets numb and all sort of things come inside of it. Now, so dealing with the military now here in York now, I realize now, so they have military over the military. So I think I like disrespect some of them, like the police commissioner and the generals and the lieutenants them. But they don't understand that I try a lot of ways before I go to international law. I even went to the FBI because I was getting attacked. I didn't know what the hell caused that. Because when I was in Florida, people come up in my house and try to kill me. I one dude, I said that already also. And I went to the sheriff to talk about it. Because I came from the streets and now I'm working now, so I give up the street. Now I got children now, I'm trying to put away that life. But then I would have tried to get gangster involved and do certain things. I said, no, I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna take you to the law, because that's a certain age you have to change up and do certain things. So as I pursue, I came back here and the groups of people attacked me. And 8 guys attacked me, 4 guys attacked me, but there was the military. That's one side of the military. Understand? No, I wrote a letter about people coming on to me. Like where I'm at this location, they have a military guy and a military woman. They come on to me and tricking the people, make they seem like I'm a gay guy and I'm not a gay guy. Because I'm the one who say familiar man go get me the generation die. But they're spreading it to the people and telling them I am a gay person. But this type of attack is coming from the service. Understand? One side of the service is doing that. Understand? But the military reputation is on the line. But when the military reputation on the line, the military take action and get rid of that side. Because if the military doing wrong, the military is not supposed to make it doing it in front of the eyes of the people, because the military is the one that protect the people. If there's a war, it's the military protect the people from war. If the police is corrupted, it's the military duty to get rid of that. Because the police is supposed to govern the society. But if you go governing society and breaking the rules like Congress rules, like the Declaration of Independence rules, the slavery rules, your rights to for you to own certain things. By law, if the military generals and then find out about the situation, their job is to get rid of that bad part of the military. If they have access to a computer, access to a phone, access to a money, access to everything, and that the military breaking the hack rules and things like that, the generals them of the army, is their duty is to get rid of all the military that does that. If they're doing that to the people, that will cause war, because he's going against his own law. And Congress have laws that said no one should be deprived for his own writing, his own creativity, his own property. And Congress even give you a privacy law, understand? And corporation laws and hack laws. And the military, one side of the military in America breaking. I'm not saying all the military is back at it, because what I see happening is the public being taught that the military is a bad person. But the public have to understand, when I write, if you really know what I write, I read, you read, and you notice that's a one side of the government. You understand? Because the military is more than one. And when the military is out of order, what the military always do, either they do court order. And the military have their own court. So if a soldier or a lieutenant or a sergeant doing something wrong, the military will tell the police force that they will handle it. Understand? And they'll come lock them up, put them in prison, and they have military have their own court order system. This is what, because the soldiers them not supposed to attack the public. It's against the role of the military figure attack the public. If they get caught doing that, this is where the military stepped in and take over. Not even the police commissioner can't tell the military what to do if the military step in on it. I say, we're taking over. The military right now go down to the post office and kick out everybody. They have that kind of power. The military could go to the precinct right now and tell everybody to go home. The military could walk anywhere and shut it down if they want. The military could come in and drive in the streets and tell everybody, say, by 8 o'clock you have to go home. Let's go take your car and everything from you. Military. That's what the military is. The military is the most powerful force in the earth. So if you spoil the military reputation, they are not going to take it like that. And this is what's happening. So I'm doing this camera now because I noticed some of the military are yes men. They make it seem like this is worst person, or I am starting a revolution against them. No, I'm not starting a revolution against them. The military give me a constitution law. So if my constitution law is broken, as a person who comes from a poor family, I'm supposed to talk about it and take it to the military. And if the military America really check my emails, because they control everything, he will notice me to send the general that. I send them letter. I send the attorney general letters. Understand, to get them attention. But what I realized, man, once you was a black man and you trying to stand up for yourself, the military here in America are the people that they put there to govern over the people. What will happen is they will ignore you. Understand? Especially you don't have no lawyer to fight the case. But I think I write 24 letters to them. So I know in the long run, I know that 24 letters will reach one of them. Understand? Because I'm trying to hit them at the neck like that. But the military now, one side of them still pissed off at I, because of what I done. Because I realized that they could go inside our computer and without you online, I'm gonna wrote them about that. Understand? Everything that they've done wrong to the public, I did that. And if you is a military man of law and equal rights and justice of men of law, you'd have followed the same thing I do if you was in the position. Like, especially if they're taking your money from you. You understand? And the military here, if they're lying to you, man, I'm not a fan. Understand? The military to come million trillion years from now. Understand? No, I'm not. Understand? I am a killer now. But every human is a killer. You understand? If you rub any human to a certain level, they will become. Understand? Am I a crazy person? No. Only medication I want is some money and a free will and so a good woman to give me some good love. That's the only medication I want. We'll tell all the military that worldwide. But back to the people now. The people that must realize that you cannot judge the military off of one side of the military. You cannot do that. Understand, the military is stand for equal rights and justice and dignity. That's what the military is. And ranking. If the ranking been scored, the military gonna step this game up and they're gonna take action to make sure they restore order upon the city or wherever in the world you are. That's what the military. And military make a mistake, he always correct it by using force if they have to, or they use the replacement. That's what the military is. And the military reputation not supposed to harm the public where you don't wanna join the military. Because every time something go wrong, I notice they are always coming at a corporation like that. But you cannot blame the military. This is not the military part. It's just one side of the military. The only way you blame the military, unless he know of the situation and make it prolong and don't stop it. Understand? Or they don't do nothing about it. Understand? So if you are a young person, like think about joining the military, yo, you could join the military. Yeah, you could join the military. You could join it. Don't say, oh, I heard they did this now. No, that's just one side. That's a corrupt side of the military. And everything on this planet have a corrupt side and a bad side. So always remember that all I did was stand up for myself. Million trillion years to come, if you have a problem and you notice it's the service, then stand up for yourself. Understand? But everything been stolen from me, it been stolen from one side of the service. I thought it was a clan, but when in the end I realized it was one side of the military doing that. And he controlled everything. Understand? Everything. All of the device right here, they control it. All the income, they control it. All your phone, they control it. And you do not have to be online for them to go in it, because everything being coded. Everything being coded. The laptop coded, the phone then coded, the TV they coded, your money coded, your stock coded, the affiliate coded, your computer coded, everything coded. Don't the punch of power is a code make it comes on. He could take out the code. Understand? The military. But once you go against the military reputation, there no military ain't gonna stand up and make you harm their reputation. No. Especially if you come to them. Like me, I come to them, they take that real serious. Understand? So I am not trying to score the military and the people them on the people them on the radio that talking to the public. Listen, man. Tell the public say it's one side of the military. That the military stand for equal rights and justice. Without the military, yo, we wouldn't be here. The military fight many wars for free will, and a lot of things military went through. There was a time the military used to segregate. Understand? Now the military is not segregated. No, they have a problem now, and they fix it. Alright, so remember to check out my music, man. Like always, STA Wi-Fi, YA Dealfigure Entertainment. I remember Ghetto Gosple. Alright, so peace, love. Wormhole to another world. Teleport. Remember, wormhole is a dimensional travel. This is why I say wormhole, because it can take you to any other line. Teleport is when your whole body is being taken up by electrical force and wakes up and go to another universe. Makes sense, you know? Alright? So now listen, people, million, trillion, billion years to come. Always remember this, man. Ghetto Gospel was inspired by the situation that I went through. This is why I put it to you. And I have many other ghetto. I got Ghetto Gospel, I got Ghetto Love Lessons, I just do gospel. No, so this one, I'm gonna tell every man, don't get killed over woman. Understand? Once again, the topic of this one, do not get killed over woman. No, let me tell you something about playing the street as a young guy. When someone are weakness to pretty face woman, and some of these pretty girls are the most deadliest. A lot of men do not see that. And a lot of them losing their life over it, especially the hustlers, the shop owners, and the businessman and the artists, them, especially the artists, especially our Jamaican dancers, the upcoming artists, them, a lot of them get killed because of women. If the women don't do to them, somebody else gets jealous and take over that. So now, a man must know when to withdraw himself. Also the youth, they must know when to withdraw himself. Because a woman like danger and some woman like deadly. You might like running around and have many female. Women also into that, running around and having many male. We live in a crazy time now. Some women want to be with male and they want to be with female. I do not know why that destructive part start to play a lot in our ghetto and that in a lot of that in the world around us. But never you find yourself in a situation where you see the danger but you still think you can overcome it or play like you're harder than the other person. You have to be on point and you have to know the type of woman you're dealing with. Because I have seen situations where man working hard, paying his bill, and he have a woman home, and he have him youth. But when he left, another man returned at his crib. He comes in one day unexpected and catch his woman and the next man in his home, and the man that he catch in his home end up killing in his home. Police talk to the woman was afraid, but the man gone, and the family suffer the consequences and a lot of hatred and a lot of this and that. Understand? And if you check Jamaican people, I do not know why so much Jamaican man get killed over women. We are the one talking about having a many women. Jamaican man are the type of man where them indulge in having more than one woman. When them a look at you, them a juggle 4, 5 or 6 or 8 of them. Jamaican. I do not know of African American. I didn't roll with them to see that world, but I know they do it. And they are very cheating in a younger age. But I'm gonna shed some light on how I know a lot of men get killed over a woman. But this is why you must listen to what I'm telling you. Don't get killed over them. Because when you die, a next man gonna come and take her over. Same like when you break up. Understand? If you have a problem with a woman, mommy, look deep within yourself and ask yourself how much millions of women exist within the world. Understand? You might fall in too deep with your feelings in your heart, but sometimes you gotta say, no, back up off. You know what? Let me get my bag and my shoes. Let me go chill with one of my homies or one of my friends or one of my relatives. Because point blank, that must be a part of your thinking at all times. If you do not have that, you're gonna be buried. And she gonna be crying, understand? And she might be the one that wants you as buried. Now when you're handling money, brother, understand? Some woman will bury you for the money. Understand? Especially if you have insurance. You take out the insurance on yourself and her. And then she realizes the insurance coverage about 15, not 15, it reach up to like 300,000 or $500,000. Understand? You coverage yourself. Them white people, they always die over women. Them especially should have watched this camera. Most of the men them always die, especially the educated one. The woman always put what they call it, Bilgene in their food, or they use that thing you put in your car, in the radiator. I don't remember the name, but they also use that in their food. I have seen that in on Dateline and all those America crime videos that they put on TV. Ever some cop shows that they have, and they show you the situation how some family was and you know, some crazy drama happened. You know them TV cop shows. That's what I'm talking about. But they always are showing us the woman murdering the man, and it always over some type of money. So man, if you have an insurance with your woman, you must start to read the details. The moment you and she get to that level, you have to start to read the details. If our time is off, did she change up? Understand? And she's staying out too late. You gotta start suiciding because you gonna die. Understand? Because that insurance money is piling up, and she want that. She might hire a hitman and get rid of you. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You have to look for the sign. And how you do that When I was working, I said this in my video before, my boss always tell me to pay attention to the details. Once you live with her, you got to always pay attention to the details. You understand? And if you could see the detail, don't say a word. You're planning to escape. Because that's a man falling too deep. They're falling too deep, man. I don't realize, yo, this is time for me to like get the hell out of here. Some man that could see it and have children, you know what they do? They just get a lawyer and just show up at her door and take all the children and put it in court. But 90% of the time, the woman will be doing that to the man. But if the man could see, you'll do it before the woman. You understand? If you could see the woman is planning to kill you and she's slipping, your job as the man is take your money, go get a lawyer and grab all your children and put it, work it out to the court. Don't make sure you do it to you first. I'm telling you, man, if you see it, you'll do it quick. Else you're gonna die. And some woman will use tragedy and shoot you. Understand? If you have a gun in the crib and she's a part of the licensed arm, you have to be very careful of that if you got money in the bank together. Because sometimes many women come from poor families. Understand? Many of them. And you and her might work together and develop big money in the bank account. And she might want, go back to her old-time boyfriend, but didn't give her $1. Didn't buy her no car, didn't put no money in her hand, didn't give her no houses, and you give all that to her. But she have this little love for him, which bullshit. You understand? She not looking at the what she developed with you. You understand? Yeah, and she having crazy thought like, you know what? The best thing to do is to murder you and then go back to the dude and give him nothing. Yo, many of them does that. I see that happen everywhere. That's what I'm telling every black man and every nations of men. Yo, do not get killed over a woman. You understand? No, man, don't get yourself killed, man. Take yourself away and protect yourself all the way, because you're dealing with female that controlled by government from their young. You understand? You never know when they're going to plot a kill on you, boy. You never know when they're going to plot a sick on you. You never know when they're going to plot a robbery on you. Your good girlfriend with a sword and set you up and get you killed. Especially the hustlers. You know who face it more? The hustlers, them that making their money and keeping it at their crib. And she met this girl, and when she met this girl, she may have 2 sons or 2 daughters. And then she plotting to kill him because she used to deal with some crook back then. And they run into each other and she telling them about you, and she get pissed off. She tell them robbers about you. Yo, you get killed. You understand? So if you live with a woman and you hustle, man, don't make sure you know all your connects, and don't make sure you know where all your money is, man. You gotta keep that on the level. You must always keep her a little bit in the dark. You understand? This is how you're gonna stay flowing. Because you not to use hustler, dude. Don't realize that she used to deal with criminal before you. She used to deal with a man before you. You didn't take the virginity, so some man have already have the heart of that already. And you comes in and fall in love, you fall in too deep. And once you fall in too deep, you're going 6 foot sleep. You understand? So you have to open your eyes and stay focused. Don't get killed over a woman. You understand? And if you go to a party now, and suddenly you run into your girl was creepy. This is some situation, because I used to be out there all the time, and I see people get shot and cut up over girl, man. The first thing you want to do if you run into a party and you bring your girl out and she don't tell you that she was creeping with some other dude, and suddenly you at the party, the dude show up with his friend, them, you're cool, dog. Don't get beat up and don't get killed over. You don't work that, because so much millions of women exist, man. We're living in a time now you could just say, you know what, let me get online and order one. Let me order 2 cocoa coin. Cocoa coin. Forward on cocoa. Understand? You could do that. Or you could just pull over and just pick up one again and start it all over, just like how you meet her. Understand? But when you fall in too deep, you gon' get shot up with something that you could always replace, man. You go to prison for a woman that you could replace, boy. Never go to prison or get killed for a woman that you could replace. Understand? You're always gonna be a good one. You just gotta know how to choose. But the moment you fall in too deep, and you're gonna get killed, man. And you have to always watch yourself when you live with women. Understand? If you come in one evening and you eat and you get sick, don't sleep. Ask where this sickness come from. If If you start to feel sickness in your heart, ask where the pain come from. I was working all day. That wasn't happening. I drink this at work. It didn't happen. And then 2 days on, I eat this. What my wife doing? What my girlfriend up to? You understand? Watch out for these things, man. When you're arguing with your woman, man, you got to watch when you make peace with her. You do not know what will happen. And the next thing I'm going to tell you, man, do not get killed over a woman, man. If you're living with a woman, man, first thing you want to do, man, know all her friends, man. You understand? And if you are the one that take her virginity, man, you have power over. But if you are not the one, do that, brother, be worried and check yourself. Understand? And everything I tell you, man. See that party showing up thing, don't get killed over that. What? If you notice a dude come and hug up her and pull her away from you, and he got more power than you know, and she didn't tell you that. Yo, don't get fight or do nothing, just back up over it. Because she'll be a setup. She might setting you up to get killed. You understand? And the next thing too, careful of the friends she got, and careful of the family she got. Because sometimes the brothers them know they are criminal, and you know that's his sister, and you hustling and you not letting him in, and his sister turn on you and get you killed, and the two of them split the bread when you go. You gotta be careful. And you hustlers, you gotta stop showing female the money, man. You don't know who you're showing the money. You don't know who you're showing the works you're sitting on. Stop flashing your guns. You're making them know. You know if you're flashing it to a female that will train me, y'all need to cut that out and keep everything low. Once you meet them, keep everything low. They're asking too much question. You know that you're asking too much question. You want to know so much. You gotta move aside. But never you see the danger and fall into the danger, get yourself killed. And understand? And a million trillion years to come, every ghetto you, everyone that born in this earth as a man, always watch your woman and pay attention to your woman behavior. Pay attention to the detail, listen to the way she talk, listen to the way she, to change up, watch her timing. And then once her timing starts to change up, now you supposed to change up. I said, why you should change it up? And don't bring it to her. You just make sure you take your ass and say, yo, this road right here, before I meet you, I used to do that. Let me get back on my road before I meet you real quick. You have to do that, man. Get back on the road before you meet her. The moment you see that shit happening, be like, let me get back on the road before I meet you. Let me see. I was walking down this road, I was driving, let me go back and start to do that. Because you're going to get in trouble, you're going to put me in prison, or you're going to get killed. And never you get killed over a woman. Because you could always, replace them. Understand that? Alright, so if you find real love, brother, happy for you. Woman, if you find real love, happy for you. And you know, a lot of you women setting up a lot of men and getting them killed, this is what I did. Understand? Alright, people, check out my videos and them like always, and check out my music. Alright? So remember, Dealfigure Entertainment, and Facebook me, TikTok me, Likely me, million trillion years from now they are to share my videos. If you're born and come know me, remember to share my videos them and make your friend and know me. Tell your friends them about me in your school, maybe 2066 or a million trillion years from now. Just remember, tell them I'm the realest one. Alright, peace. Wormhole to another world. Teleport. A million trillion years from now, I'm not gonna be around, but a camera like this would live. Yo, listen, I used to live up in Hollis, and I used to live on Parson Boulevard, and I used to live on Baisley, I used to live on Garborough, I used to live on Softon and Far Rock. I used to live in Florida. Just remember that. And all my knowledge through those times, I share them to this camera. No, so we're gonna talk about landfall. Remember Ghetto Gosple? No. I did a camera and the government delete them. Now we really deleted it. He decoded so you couldn't hear the sound. I was revealing landfall. And I was telling them how much underground base exists. You understand? And I was telling them I was preparing for the land to fall. But a lot of people didn't believe that. But the law decoded, and I heard people went and get the YouTube video and decoded to hear what I have to say and redo the camera. Most of what I do, they redo it. But anyway, listen. If you check Mars, right? Mars, it have 10 billion humans live on there. You understand? Mars is have 10 billion people live there. 10 billion. And all those 10 billion people die. Remember I said a camera like that and they decode it so you do not see it. Now, if you check Jupiter, Mars, and Mercury and Venus and Saturn and all those other planets that don't have no sun, you realize that it takes down. And how this happening is by using a probe, a bomb probe. And the bomb probe will go inside the sun and it will explode. I talk about that in a camera, and the law here in America, they found out that they did put one in here. They tell me they defused. Understand? But I don't really believe that, because he makes so much preparation on the ground. And there's a video on Buzzer where they was talking to I. Because from the day America make television and talk show, there was always like left in message for me. Like I revealed Rachel dancing when he said, "Oh, client have no account." But there was this lady and it was on password puzzle. And she said, I see him get married, have 2 children and the whole land for. That camera known by all white people. Because I went to the city and I tell them to go check it, and they realized they was actually talking to I. So what a landfall is now is when them kill everybody. Now look at it this way. I went and searched it up, and I also have conversation with people that know what a landfall is. Now on Mars they tell me not even 10 humans live. Not even 10. And the ones them that escape the planet put the number of people online. Like if you want to check how much people used to live on Mars, how much people live on Mercury, they are the one who escaped who did that. Alright, so let's get to it now. When landfall come, do you know it is a $1 billion business? It's a $1 billion business. But people don't see it this way. Like a camera like this, with my parents and my family gonna look at me like I'm crazy. But anyway, it's a very big business. Here why. When the sun come down, like let's say they put a probe in it and the bomb go out, boom! And once the bomb go off, the oxygen on the earth no more exists. Where I'm sitting right now would I pass out and die. Constantly like that. Boom, all the life force gone. You understand? So I peep deeply what I'm trying to tell you now. When the sun come down, they walk back into the earth. It's all the gold diamond. I'm saying all the gold, all the diamonds, all the gold, all the ruby, everything that in the earth, like the earth sources, they take it over. All the riches in the earth, they take it over for as money. Because sometimes I be thinking to myself, wonder if the American money is the same money somewhere else. You understand? So it's a very big business. No, so let's get down. A general from I think Puerto Rico army, I think Mexico army, he tells me when they have landfall, they walk back in and they use a truck and pick up the body and they sell it to other galaxies. There's a world that exists below the sea, and they also sell it to them. And he tell me every day that tick you see come, there's a planet 4, and they're doing big business with it. And he also tell me, you see the government ruling this planet, them are the one that did some landfall and some of those Jupiter and Mars and Pluto and them things. Some of these people living here right now in this planet on Earth. You understand? But you have to realize now, if you check it deeply, you realize it can be done. Because if you check Buzzer and a man tell me that the man delete the whole gang, you the NR blood law. Yo, I man, some of these things I didn't ban yet. You understand? So I say, how you know that? You understand? No, he might tell me, no coffee. I'm going to say, all right then, you know, I could believe you. You know, landfall can come, you can walk back in, take everybody's body and ship it to somewhere else. Because technology is so much high, but they don't let the people know how much technology is so high advanced. Understand? So the people mind is in a dark zone, and they are the one that keep them in a dark zone. But they are the one that teach the people. You understand? And that's what landfall do. Landfall is no joke. You understand? And the train passing. Landfall is a serious landfall. So listen to me now. When you look at yourself and observe yourself, you have to understand that you're living in a society where you have to wake up to it. You understand? Because mankind not going to tell you that they could fly a bomb into the sun. Because in the what they call it, the Christian world, they're going to say that is crazy. But listen, if you could go into your car and turn on the heat in your car when it's cold outside, and when it's hot inside, you could go and turn in your AC. Man design a car to do that. Man can design a technology, same like what he did with the car, but he just put the something that the body of it that could maintain the degree of the sun. Because man smart, man can fly a thing in there and measure the heat of the sun and create something to go right in it to boom it up. You understand? And the people them have to understand, man, when they came to this planet, it was just like the way it is. And the people them have to understand there's a law over it. Understand? And they're the one who make the land don't fall. So from what I have heard so far, that the land is not going to fall. They defuse the bomb out the sun. That's what I heard. And I also heard that all government have a world meeting and all of them protecting the sun up there. But it's in invincible form. Understand? So, and I also was told also the little aliens, they are the one also help protecting the sun from fall. Understand? That means if the sun come down, they ship everybody out. I mean like dead body, from the dog to the cat, everything clean on the planet. There's business for it. Understand? Government that rule, go watch this camera and go tell you I'm crazy. But believe me, man, just do the maths and look for the reality. And I ask yourself, how come Mars don't have no sun? But it was a part of our solar system. You know what? The sun on Earth is the last one left. Mars used to have sun. Jupiter used to have sun. Saturn used to have sun. But here what happened, if the Earth sun should come down, they're gonna warp us back all the way back to the time when the slave ship jacked black people off here and slave us. They tell me dead in my face like that. And I know it's not like a game or it's a play around. Understand? And they're doing over my cameras them to hide the truth. They're not telling you exactly like how I tell you. I am the one hearing it, and I am the one with the power. When I say come forth, anything inside of you reveal to I. Understand? So I'm telling you the straight truth. So the people them don't have to worry. But remember, landfall is a business. They kill everybody on the planet. Remember this, they kill everybody on the planet. They walk back in, put them in a body bag and sell your body. Understand? They don't bury them. They clean up the planet and bury them. And when landfall come, what they do? They come out sand and cover it. Alright? So this is the end of the video. I said I keep repeating the same thing over. But remember, landfall is no joke. Understand? And you must wise up yourself. Check yourself. Know yourself. See for self. Check the reality. If I just tell you to go check how much human used to live on Mars, you're supposed to go check that. And then you will know what happened to landfall. Understand? And how did they know how much left up there? Because somebody survived. Well, how did he survive? He was a warp zone and warp out the planet. Understand? And come to Earth. Understand? Or he teleport. Or he was a wormhole. But it's still our wormhole. Understand? And this is what the ghetto youths them to know million, trillion, billion years to come. You understand? Always remember to Google STAYFIFY. Dealfigure Entertainment. I'm going to repeat it again. STAYFIY. And you check that out in everything. And you check Dealfigure Entertainment. And check me up on YouTube. And follow me. And check out my music. Check me up on TikTok. Dealfigure Entertainment. Check me up on Likely. STAYFIY. Yo, check that. Check out my acapella. Check out my music. And remember, I'm creating for myself and others. Hey, wormhole to another world. Teleport. Wormhole to another world. Teleport. Now people, always remember to search me up STAYFIY. Dealfigure Entertainment. Join me on all social media. Million, trillion, billion years from now, if you run into a video like this, or whatever time of the year you run into a video like this, share it with someone, because I'm speaking straight facts. Big up everybody from Westmoreland, Sherlock, Xavier, Jungle, Marvelly, Montego Bay, Little London. I'm straight back to Love Town and Rocky Hill and everybody up in Westmoreland. Yeah, big up on yourself. Negril, large. Now listen to me, people. This video now we're talking about don't let yourself go to waste. Now this one dedicated to the young youths them, especially, and the young girls. Now where I live right now in America, I live in Jamaica, Queens. I grew up over here in Jamaica, Queens. I came here when I was 13. I always want to tell you that side. So this morning, I was looking for a way to express what I feel, because I always want to pour out something like different every day. So now, I came up with this one now by watching what happening into my time coming up as a youth. Now, as a youth, I see a lot of young girls let themselves go to waste. When I say when they self go to waste, as far as a lot of them have baby at a young age and they didn't keep up along the way. Understand? I mean, I have some girls that have baby and they keep up. Well, let's talk about the ones who do not keep up. The ones who don't keep up now, for example, they will have a young child, right? And they have them at a younger age, and they fell into some situation where they lost maintaining of themselves. They start to smoke and drink, and the type of smoke they do, and they put in like dope and sniffing and doing a lot of like meth and tons of other things now. And then you notice they was beautiful this year, but next year you see their booty flat down and they look tiny up and they look pass out, gone, and buried. And some of them end up in rehab, and for the rest of their life they keep going back and forth in rehab. They do not have the power to control themselves, to maintain the present moment with society. So they lose the control of their thinking, and their body and their mind just waste away like that. So I think if you're in a position where you notice yourself going down, sometimes you go to pray, and sometimes this can be evil power upon you. Evil power. And go to a church and you know, call on the Most High God. If you do not want to go to church, you do that in your living room. Light a white candle or a green candle and pray around it. Get on your knee and pray if you notice that you're slipping. Meaning you're not holding a shower like you used to. You're not getting your makeup done like you used to. You're not doing your hair like you used to. You know, you're not looking fresh. You know, you're on alcohol too much. Pray. Light the candle or pray. Let's go to a church and pray. Or talk to a pastor to pray over. Understand? So sometimes it be the wicked force why you're going to waste. And another thing too, I see a lot of them doing. I see some good girl, like turn stripper. Right? And I see girls that turn stripper, but they don't go to waste. They use the money that they're stripping in the club and go to school. And then when they get enough money now, they stop stripping and move on to something else. In the meantime, now you have some girls now that join that and they do not know how to cut it. And it just suck them down to nothing. You understand? All the girls them around the world, man, that doing your thing in the club, man. You keep up and don't let the alcohol and the drugs and mash you up, man. If you're doing that, do it for a reason where you could make your money, pay your bills, and have a day when you're gonna quit it. You understand? And if you do it at a younger age, have a quick day or go to school and get an education and maybe further your education to other levels, like owning other things and just doing business. You can't just do that just for fun. After a while, you get old and then your booty wrinkle up. You understand? So all the girls around the world, do not let yourself go to waste. And another way I see girls go to waste, they meet men. Right? And when they meet the men, they was beautiful, well clean and outgoing and fresh. And then what happened now? They meet this man, and the man get them wind up. Meaning he might be selling drugs, he might be doing something that the dog will catch him. And they didn't know the situation was that serious, and they get fall into it, and the government run up on them and pick them up and lock them into jail. And they're not going to see no light of the street for the next 10, 15 years. That's your life going to waste right there. Because you are not going to be out here trying to maybe get a job or further your education or make better of yourself. That 15 and 10 years that pull out of your broad up, see, it probably would have make you rich. You understand? So I see many females took that road, especially the one from the outlet. There's a lot of females that came here, date the wrong dudes, and they get deported back to the parish and they don't have a jack. And the dude that they was rolling with, no more in contact, they call them and they ignore them. You understand? An old female that walk that hustle road, you know what I'm talking about. And next thing too, I see some young dude, understand, just lose their mind over just losing things. Like far as some of them lose job, like some of the ones that I experienced, they went to school, get their education, and when they come out, they're working somewhere and they lose their job. And when they lose their job, they can't pay their rent. And a lot of things happen to them. They went up in the shelter and they couldn't take the pressure. and then their mind just go to waste. Suddenly they're on medication because they cannot maintain their worrying about what society see of them or their friends see of them. See me, I go through a lot. When I was a boy, I've been attacked upon by the government. I could tell right now for about 24 years. On this day I did this camera in 2020. Understand? We're in March now. So we're in 2020, I'm saying 2020. 2022. Understand? So we're in the 22 years. So I go through 24 attacks every day in my life. Working and not working. Understand? So I noticed that they trying to like take my mind from me. So I do not make they take my mind from me. I give thanks and praise to God. I got to keep my mind focused. And sometimes I'll be like, accept, control, reject, and control. I'm in control of my mind and all my organs. I'm in control of my mind. I'm in control of my thoughts. I'm in control of my eye. I'm in control of my words, control of my heart, control of my lungs. I'm in control of all of my organs and my movement and how I breathe and talk. I'm in control of that. Understand? And sometimes I sit quiet and just reminisce on that. Understand? So if I hear in my brain, people might think it's crazy. Sometimes I hear the calling, like, when you're in your house, you feel like eat. You're like the refrigerator calling you. This is how some bad substance called me. I want a cigarette. I'll be like, no, I don't want a cigarette. I quit that when I was young. This is how I'm checking myself. I want an alcohol. Sometimes I wake up on my bed and I want alcohol. I say, I don't want no alcohol. I quit that already because I'm in control of self. You understand? So I'm rejecting it like, no, I don't want that. You understand? I want to go to party. I said, no, I don't go to party. I used to party. What the hell am I going to party for? Unless I'm going to perform, and I'm not going to party to perform. This is what I'm telling myself to control that kind of things. You understand? But sometimes now, I check in myself. I'm like, wow, this is a good way to control self for not let it go to waste. You understand? And sometimes I find myself like sleeping on outside or on the train or somewhere and people looking at me strange. I don't look at that nothing because simplicity is the best survival. If you're worrying about what society think of you, then you will go to waste. But do not make yourself go to waste or your mind go to waste. A society will swallow you up. You understand? Swallow you up. Understand? So you have to make sure society will swallow you up and do not let yourself go to waste, man. And a lot of young youths going to prison, man. Yourself is going to waste, man. Prison is not the way you go, man. Oh, here is the best place to be. Even though we are in prison still. Cause living in the Wu-Tang, one of them, I think it's Reza said, living in the world ain't no different from myself. On the cash rule. Growing up, I said, I think the bars was growing up in New York crime side, New York town side, some second hand mom. No, that's not birth. Mom Bones son, the old man. You probably know the song. Cash rules everything around me. Yeah, he said that in it. I think it's either Reza or Raekwon said that. So living in the world ain't different from myself. So it's the same thing. So you could be caged, you be out here, but it's still a cage. But do not make it suck you in. And do not let it destroy you. Because the world will destroy you if you let the world destroy you. The environment will destroy you if you let it destroy you. If you let the environment suck you in, it will destroy you. But if you're blocking it, you can't. And every human must have a block to control what's going on. So never let it suck you in. And never let it destroy you. Understand? Don't let yourself go to waste, man. Keep up to the pace, man. And you don't have to try to run competition to keep up to the pace, man. Just be yourself. Understand? Remember, love me, baby, boo, boo, boo. Change your thinking. Ready and waiting to give you what you don't imagine. Love me, baby, boo, boo, boo. Change your thinking. Ready and waiting to give you what you don't imagine. Remember to check out my music, STAYFIYL, Dealfigure Entertainment. Like always, wormhole to another world. Teleport. Million, trillion years from now, pass around this camera. Billion and a billion and a trillion after. Camera will live like this, yeah? Wormhole to another world. Teleport. Now remember, teleport is when someone use technology, mix up your body, and go to some other universe or somewhere else. Wormhole is what they use to travel to another dimension. Every military does that. Understand? Tell the Ghetto people them to wake up to that. So this one right here is Ghetto Gosple again. And we're in Times Square. So in the nighttime, so the video might not comes out like, oh, right. I'm using a Mac to do it. So we're going to talk about keeping your lover thinking of you. Can you do that? Well, I was a youth from I was born. I born in a family where you don't see like romance happening around. You might see fight, argument. Cause when you born into like a poor family or a poor community, you're not gonna see people like doing like romance and things like that all the time. They'll wait till like when Valentine's comes around or Christmas comes around, and they might show a little this, that, there. Understand? And you know how Caribbean man is, and you know how American man is, or all nations of man is. If they're poor, they only focus on like getting the bread on the table. But listen where the labor messed up right now. When I say the labor messed up, because he's the laborer, and he's supposed to control the situation, making women thinking of him all the time. Now, how you gonna do that if you do not have the money? That law. Well, it have a thing named timing. So, like if you check my videos, paycheck day, you understand what I'm coming from with this thing. If you balance your little budget you got and give your lady a roses before the roses season, that way she will keep thinking of you. You know I'm from the islands, so sometimes my English kind of going to the next level, so just try to listen to what I tell you. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you just have to use a little things and get her thinking of you. You understand? Sometimes a postcard. And you do not have to wait till Christmas season comes around or Valentine's comes around to give her a little postcard. You know what I'm saying? You just show her that little, yeah, baby, you know, I'm still in with you. I'm not falling in love with you. I'm fall over you. You understand? Because when you fall in, you don't fall too deep. You have to fall over her, like when you're hammering her. You understand? This is how you got to do it, man. And if you follow these steps, you might have her thinking of you all the time. And sex is another thing. Lot of men have women. Most women that I talk to when I was working, because I like pick woman brain. Most of them say their man can't hammer them, and they be faking the love like, oh, and it's all like to make you feel happy. So when a man like me meet her now, and she didn't get banged up, I'm good for like years or decades, and she decided to give me a test and a hammer. She don't always want to see me because I'm giving her that, make sure have my wild out. And a lot of men don't realize in every woman lie a wild, crazy self. Understand? And if that woman live with you, you gotta seek to find that wild, crazy self in her. Wherever she hide from you, try to bring it out of her. Understand? Just try to comfort her, action what she really like, and do it. This is a way I know she would think of you. Like in America, I noticed that most men, when they're with a woman, they think if they provide the food on the table and give her what she wants, that's it. No, but sometimes sex is not even a part of it. Sometimes a little relaxation, you got planned moments like do a little cooking for her. If you can't cook, go online, get a recipe measuring cups and follow the recipe and cook it by timing. This is one way you could keep her thinking of you. And if you know you was wrong into an argument, be a man about the situation and apologize to the woman. Understand? Apologize to the woman. And do not wait for the argument to boil overhead. And suddenly you bust into fight. No, you're supposed to spot it and see the rhythm and be like, you know what? I gotta stop this rhythm right here before it gets mad and crazy and police comes and she might take the ring off and give it to you, or she might just pack her bag and go. You do not want that. You understand? You want to have her thinking that you the best man in the world, brother. You want to have her thinking, yeah, this is the one for me. You understand? And if you play your card right, when you touch her and rub her, she will hear your voice, she will just catch climax. You gotta know how to like deal with her in a formal way where she always thinking of you. Alright, let me give you a little Real situation. When I was younger, I figured that out. So you know what, boy? I don't care who you're talking to, woman. I have a way where if I say certain things to you, even with your man, you gonna always remember I say it to you. So I'm always trying to flip words on them. So I did have one where she tell me she likes me, and I said, "Where you do?" She come see me, and she said she ain't gonna give me none, but I know me. I have my code to everything. If you come to see me and you sit on the couch, well, you're not into it. But if you come and lay in my bed and take your shoes off and hold up and put it watching TV and take your coat up, yo, I'm topping that. So what happened now? We end up make out, but she have a, young people, they think they in love, and she have one guy that she thinks she love, and a hammer. But what happening now? She started to call my phone and left in a message. Back then we didn't have cell phone or beeper. We just have beeper. Just call the phone and left a message on the message machine, the answer machine. That's the word for it. And I noticed she keep thinking of me all the time. Till one day she said, "I don't know what happened, but when I make love with you, I keep thinking of you." And you know what I was doing? Just talking to her while I'm humming her, like pumping her, cocoa her. That's what she liked. You understand? So I bring it up to her. I say, "Why you keep calling me?" And she say, "Yo, when we make love, my boyfriend don't do it like that. No, he afraid to talk to me. And certain ways I can't show him. Understand? You gotta allow the woman to be herself. This is another thing too. Never call like certain thing nasty. Never say, "Oh, that nasty." Cause probably that's what she like, man. You don't say, "Oh, that's effed up." No, that's what she probably like. Understand? She might like things that you think is gross. Understand? You gotta remember that. So you have to keep it like in the level like that, where she could rely on you, think of you, need you, and want you. And you don't have to use money. You understand? And sometimes, I said this in some of my videos, run a vocation with her. And if you live with a woman, and you're working, and two of y'all working, every year take a vocation. Every year take a vocation if you keep the relationship together. Remember, alright? So remember, we're more to another world. Tell you boy, remember that, alright? So remember to search me up, Dealfigure Entertainment, like always, STAYAFRYA. I talk of experience. None of my videos and it's not the same. It's always something different. Understand? You can see me, I jack it down here. Look at it. Huh? You supposed to be right here, baby. Look what we become. You supposed to be in my bed together. Look what we become. I'll choose reality. Yo, beat my acapella. Check them up on TikTok, Likely, YouTube, Facebook. Alright, peace.
Wormhole to another world. Teleport. Remember to STAYFRYA me, Dealfigure Entertainment me. You search me up on all search engine. I do the acapella, I write songs. I have my t-shirts, I got brands. You check it out. You know I'm the one who stand up for myself in America. I write 24 complaint letter into the world of my fighting for rights and equal and justice upon the earth. So now, this video now, I want you to check it out. It's called When You Have It and When You Don't. Million, trillion, billion years from now. Always remember to pass it around. Facebook and all those things still exist. You book up with my camera. Yo, I'm just a person that flow right off the book. Now listen now, this concept, when you have it, when you don't, come from me working like 20 years here in America. And I never know what it is to fall off. I always hear the term when you fall off and things change. No, but I went on a mission was to gain my independence. Understand? I have everything flat out right and everything. But there was a force there that control everything that I'm doing. You understand? Because what I'm trying to say now, you could be on a job and you just read between the line and you buy houses, you buy cars and vans, and you'll have things to bring in the income. But there's an angle where you didn't have the mindset yet or the experience yet to see. And then what happened now, you think you have it all under control, and then suddenly something hits you in your face like bam. You understand? But this is the time when you have it. You understand? So you have it now. So when you have it now,
you notice life running smooth. You got your friend calling you, you know, you got girls calling you, you know, you got the car, you got the money, you got a paycheck. Even if you're hustling, or even if you're the type of person that have a business and you flourish, understand? You notice the changes around. You know, you have a lot of friends. You have a lot of people want to see you. You know what I mean? They want to know you. You got some come to scam you, some come to watch you, some come to stop you, some come to do a lot of things that in your mind you think is there for you. But for example, sometimes when you have everything flowing, you meet people say, yo, I could put you on to this because I'm an artist. They say, well, I could get you on this radio station. You know, I could get you on this stage show. But he talk that good talk, but when you're looking for him, he nowhere to be found. But what you realize when you're in that position is when you step up to the plate and talk to the people that it happen. But when you're waiting for someone to make it happen, it don't happen, right? So you gotta realize also when you have it and when you don't. So when you have it is a total different ballgame. You know, you could pay your phone bill, you could pay your rent, you could pay your car note, you could put gas in your car, you could take a vacation. Watch this now. Now what happened now? When you decided to make a move and think it's the right move and suddenly hit your like boom, or something was hiding in the corner and sometimes hit your boom. Especially business people. Well, most business people they always have tax hitting them or some hidden bill or some kind of IRS cracking down on them and take everything from them. And some they might have money in the bank and it does disappear, and some, you know, just gamble it out and lose everything. And some just sickness and take away everything from them. They couldn't able to maintain and what they was doing to maintain what they got, and they fell into what do you call it, the ocean, and they hand drunk. You know, so now the people that more used to work and they no more working, they no more collect employment, they might get fired from their job and they try to bounce back. No, you are going to understand, because I fell into that level. Now, when you're into that position, you ever notice you don't see no one coming around? You understand? You don't see no friend coming around. You don't see no, you know, all my camera, the police said, now listen to this. You understand? So what happened now, when you reach to that level, you realize that you begin to see things different now, because you have a friend you could rely on. So some of these people that used to do things and have things, they used to give to people. You understand? They might help them pay their rent, pay their car note. You might have some girls where you used to take care of. You might put money in their pocket to help them on a lot. Or you might have a family member that you give to help up and, you know, treat them like family. Now when you down now, you start to see a different side of family. You start to see a different side of friends. You start to see a different side of the system. Things that you never know, now you start to know. Understand? You start to see a different side of your children if you have children. You start to see a different side of the people that you know, and you actually yourself, how come these people be possible? Now in my neighborhood, in the ghetto area, when people look out for people like the street one and they violate them, what they do, they always come around and shoot them, because in their mind they say, I take care of him, I look out for him, and he gonna do me like this, and then suddenly he come and can shoot him. But that is the wrong way to move. And in the business world now, they will just cut them off and stop dealing with them. You understand? But some people, when you on, they don't want to see you on. They play like they're with you and they're not really with you. You understand? But so when you have it and when you don't, it's a totally different thing now. Now let's say now you get back on your feet. You understand? And they didn't want to see you back on your feet. They didn't want to see you bummed out, crackhead, junkie out. You decided to fight off everything that was hindering you and holding you back. And then you bounce back on your feet, and when they come back around, some people lash out at them. And some people ignore them. No, but you don't ignore them. You know what you do? You don't still say, yo, what's up? Talk to them same way, like, how you doing? But you know, you don't involve them in your business. You don't go where they at. You don't follow them around. You don't do nothing like that. They call you, try to invite you somewhere, you put that to the side. That's what most people do when they bounce back. And some people do not even keep no friend at all when they're done that. No friend at all. Some people just dead their whole circle. Some people move away and do something else. You understand? This is what it is, man. So when you have it, man, you gotta pay attention to when you have it. So all the people that go watch this video million, trillion, billion years from now, I mean zillion years, and after zillion, billion years, if the earth still spinning, you will notice something different when you have it. And if you should hit rock bottom, you're gonna realize
Everything that you thought wasn't like that. Your wife might change on you. The girl that you think love you might don't love you. Same thing goes vice versa for the male and the female. Friends that you thought was friend, suddenly they just left you back. You understand? You got to realize what's going on here. You understand? So when you maintaining, try not to cut no wrong turn or cut no any wrong move to fall yourself. So you got to watch all the angle. All the angle. This is what I learned. You got to watch all the angle before you make one move. But that one move can be your foundation that you're trying to build. Understand? And when you're building yourself up, you can't have people around you to tear down. You got to know them and stay away from them. You have to watch what you're doing and protect it. A letter can protect it. A complaint can protect it. A lawyer can protect it. Just protect yourself. Now remember, when you have it, it's a total difference. Understand? So remember, check out my videos. Check out all my healing videos. Which you know everybody doing one like that. Check out the teenagers schooling them. Check out Ghetto Love Lesson. And check out how they call it, Seasonal Permanent. And check out Ghetto Gospel. And check out my videos. Check out what happened them. You know, I'm the one who does that. Everybody does. So remember now, right below this video, remember million, trillion, billion years to come if the net still exists. What you do, just share my videos them on all your platforms and let them know I'm hype. All the pretty girls in a million, trillion years to come, give me a kiss. Hey, all the girls in from way in the time that they come here, look, kiss me right. Oh, kiss me right here. Yeah, alright. And all the girls around the world, everybody get together. Give me a hug. Wormhole to another world. Teleport come for. Wormhole to another world. Teleport and welcome to my videos, million, trillion, billion years from now. If you're born, come see these cameras. You're in high school or college or wherever you see this camera from, just share them. Understand? If Facebook's still around, you'll share it. If YouTube's still around, share it. So I don't know how they're gonna set up those things to make the people, to let the people search. But if you run into my camera, just search and share. Alright, so remember this now. We're gonna do a camera on leg of the human race. Now, I'm gonna take you back to when I just came in and before I came in. When I was in the parish and I want to make a phone call from Jamaica to America, when I put my money into the box, they used to charge me about $1, $2, $3 to make a call here. And you might put it in the box. But when you make the phone call, like dial the number, what would happen? You have to dial the operator. And the operator asks you who you're trying to contact. And then you tell them who, and then they plug into the person. That's how it used to be. So you're going to make a long distance phone call without the operator plug you into the other side. Understand? This is how the human race was living at that time. But if you look at that and the time in now in 2022, you'll be like, wow! You understand? Now, the human race make a leap again with from the phone. We're still on the phone. And when you need to make a phone call here in America, you just put in a 25 cents and you make phone calls. And that lead will lead to Bima. I remember Bima create, them and Benz create a phone inside the cars. And most rappers back then thought it was the way to go. So what they used to do is, in their video, they'd be pulling up like that with the phone on. So that was the thing back then. And all young youths used to like, whoa, that's cool. A phone in a car? You understand? But they didn't build the phone where you pull out the emergency brake like that. Understand? So that was cool at that time for the human race. No, so that way is a way where I look at it and say, wow. And I said this before. Then you used to have another way they lead. If you make a phone call, because back then we didn't have cellular phone like this. So like this, we didn't have that. So if you make a phone call to someone home, when you dial to the mailbox, what would happen was the answer machine would comes on and you left a message and the person returned the call. They still have that on your phone. So they transfer it from your home to this right here. That's a leap the human race has made. And when you look at that leap, it's a good leap for the human race when it comes to communication. Pay attention to the leap. Now, after that leap, now I noticed that the leap went into taking off the phone and off the street, and then they created this leap right here. So this leap is a good leap because you get to have the world in your hand. Understand? This leap is a very good leap. But let's take it back now before laptop. Now when they created the first internet was slow. It was a stupid way to like make a search. Then when Google came in, Google came with a different way, and then Yahoo, because Yahoo was been around before Google. Yahoo was one of them everybody used to use. Then when Google came in with a different way of searching keywords, and you could look up to someone. You could look up anything you want. That's a good way. And then we used to look for information into our phone book. They used to deliver phone book to everywhere. Like if you want to advertise the business, you'd put it into the phone book and then I drop it off. So if you want an electrician, but then you just have to go into the book and call one. No, you could just go online and do it. That's a big leap. You understand? So now the leap with cell phone, no joke. But the control beyond this cell phone is it bugged me out. And the way the people are using the new leap, if someone was with you, a lot of people recording their boyfriend and their girlfriend on Facebook. But I'm looking at the leap, like when they break up, what they do, delete the videos, because a lot of people like on social media stars, they used to be together and they do a lot of videos together, then they break up. And I'm looking back at these videos like, oh my God, Nick, you used to be together, now the world realized you're not be together no more. That's a dumb leap, because you look back at your relationship. A lot what the population of people doing is they're recording their relationship, their mother, their father. So if someone passed away, and 90% of the time you could go back online and look at what the person used to do, what you want the person used to do. Because sometimes I see a lot of dudes pass away, and I look back at their videos and I see them all their friends together, and then a lot of things. But it's not like in the 90s where we didn't have footage of the people and that passed away. Nowadays people taking a photo and it's be right in their palm, and the world is delivered in your hand with this. The world delivered like this, and these leaps with these smartphones is on a control, like everything be coded. And I like the leap with these where I could be on the phone and I could show someone on the other end, the FaceTime leap. I like that. Where if somebody in Puerto Rico, England, and I want to show them Bryant Park, I could just do like that and show them the leap. That's a good leap, very good leap. And I like the leap of the music. Back then in the 90s, we didn't have no media where we could just plug in and listen to sound. If we did want a sound, we'd have to use it on cassette. You understand? And then after cassette, then they come with the CD, the DVD leap and the CD leap. You understand? But people used to rent videotape from Blockbuster. Then after Blockbuster, they come with Netflix. I think Netflix was Blockbuster. So it's the same company. But the leap of that is very good, because I could go online and watch as many movies I want. Understand? Free in the hand of my hand like this. And the leap of that is real cool. And back then, to do a free movie, we'd have to go to somewhere where they're showing free movie, or rent it on a cassette. But the leap of DVD is a good thing for the movie also. The leap for from vinyl to CD is a good leap. We make a lot of good leap. Understand? So everybody worldwide, just remember, watch the leap of the world. We don't always have leap. And everybody that have a loved one, you record your loved one, because when they pass, you can always go back and look at the leap y'all make together. Understand? So everybody, please, my camera battery about to die. I could have given you more, but anyway, so remember, check out my music, Dealfigure Entertainment, million, trillion, billion years from now. Always remember to check out my music. Understand? Check out my speech now. Alright? Peace. Wormwood to another world. Tell you, boy, Peace.